Hello guys, my name is Sam and welcome back to SWTOR Central. And in this video I'm going to be talking to you folks about whether SWTOR is worth playing or not. I see this question being asked all of the time, whether it be on Reddit, on my own YouTube channel in the comment section, or on Twitter, or on various other forms of social media. So I have taken it upon myself to give you guys an answer, because there is a very simple answer for you. Now if you don't want to sit through the video waiting for this very simple answer to this question, then here it is. Yes, Star Wars The Old Republic is 100% worth playing. Wanna know why? Then stick around because this is about to get awesome. Now before we continue with this video, I kinda need to give this question a little bit more context. Is Star Wars The Old Republic worth playing? Now this question comes from the people who want to try out the game for the very first time, but are unsure of whether to do so, so they seek advice from other people who have already played the game. Now the people who are asking this question is who this video is aimed at. I do realise that there are a couple of other questions which do relate to this question, but will have very different answers. Those questions could be, is it worth returning to Star Wars The Old Republic? Or is it worth subscribing to Star Wars The Old Republic? Those kind of questions are ones that I plan to address in the future with another video. For now we're just going to be sticking with, is Star Wars The Old Republic worth playing? Okay, so first things first, Star Wars The Old Republic is a story-driven MMO, so don't go into this game expecting the best multiplayer experience. As a long-term player of this game, I can definitely tell you that there are better multiplayer experiences to be had in other MMOs. However, this game, Star Wars The Old Republic, arguably has the best story of any MMO that has ever existed. I mean, what can you expect? This is a Star Wars game. As the saying goes, SWTOR is a Star Wars movie starring you. Okay, but Sam, you haven't really explained why SWTOR is worth playing. While the simple answer I could tell you is yes, the longer but sweeter explanation is going to be that this game is free. Yes, there are some restrictions, but we'll get to those in a second. Now, once you've downloaded Star Wars The Old Republic, you instantly gain access to hundreds upon hundreds of hours of gameplay. Now as a free-to-play player, you'll only be able to have 2 characters at any given time per server, which I think is probably a fair limitation. However, once you are done with one of your characters, you can just simply delete it and start a whole new one and experience the storyline for that one. Like BioWare is literally just holding out hundreds upon hundreds of hours worth of content in their hands and passing it to you. Now this is why Star Wars The Old Republic is worth playing. Now I know some of you are probably thinking to yourselves, but is that actually it, Sam? Is that really what you think makes this game worth playing? Well, yes. It is free. It's free. Ask yourself how this game cannot be worth playing when it is free. Okay, now as I said earlier, there are some restrictions that you're going to experience, such as not being able to hide your head slot or unifying the colour of your armour, which can be very annoying and can sometimes break your immersion of the game. However, there are so many different armour sets in this game that it's ridiculous to think that you will not like any of them. So while you may be running around in a stupid headpiece for a little while, you'll eventually pick one up which you'll take a liking to. Besides, if we weigh the scales here, a garbage looking helmet versus hundreds upon hundreds of hours of gameplay, I feel like the scales are tipping, and it's definitely not favouring the garbage piece of headgear. Now if you really think that something like free-to-play limitations is going to inhibit your motivation to want to try this game out, then there are a couple of things that you can do to help yourself out here. The first thing to do would be to use a referral link. Shameless plug, mine's in the description. When you use one of these referral links, you'll get yourself a bunch of in-game goodies, which can include unlocks such as unifying the colour of your armour. The next thing you can do is make yourself preferred status. Now a preferred status player isn't quite a subscriber, but it does mean that you have spent some money on the game. Now the cheapest way to do this, excluding subscribing to the game, is going to be making a purchase of the in-game currency, cartel coins, which you can do for £2.99 or $4.99. Recommend buying cartel coins isn't something I would normally do, but hey, if you want those limits lifted, then you gotta do what you gotta do. Now let me just remind you that you can play this game for free. I know so many of you are going to be screaming at me about the free-to-play restrictions not making this game worth it. But hey, the developers of this game need to eat and pay bills too, you know. And as I've always said, it is always worth subscribing to this game at least once. But we'll talk about that more in another video. Now, if this video helped you in deciding whether you're going to try out Star Wars The Old Republic, then be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. Also, make sure you smash a huge thumbs up on this video, and be sure to subscribe to Star Wars The Old Republic Central. Thank you for watching, and as always, I will catch you in the next one.